Welcome, you lovely lot. This is the Cowland car collection. This is Cowland on Cars, and this is the channel that answers the question, what if you ordered Harry's Garage from Temu? This is a little insight into my life, and you might be asking, why now, Paul? Well, the honest truth is, for the last 8 years, we've been making television non-stop. Now, that's been great because it's allowed me to amass 1 or 2 cars. The bad news is, I haven't had any time to play with them. TV's eased off a little bit now. We're still very busy doing videos and adverts and all sorts of other stuff, but it does mean that I can come and play in the garage and finally get some of these cars back on the road. I want to document that while I do it. The other thing is, some of you have DM'd me very kindly and said, Paul, we'd love to see the collection, have a look, see what you've got, see what jobs you're doing. I've never had the time to do that. And for this first go, I'm just going to show you what I've got, because ultimately it doesn't matter what I want to do. This channel is all about what you want to watch. So I'm going to show you some of the cars I have, show you some of the projects that I'm doing, and you guys tell me in the comments. Let me know what you want to see more of. Do you want to see the repairs, the restos, the little jobs? Do you want to see me go and visit the specialists again, like I used to do on salvage? Do you want to see my mates who've got similar cars that you might have recognised off the telly? Do you want to see some stuff with them? You choose. First of all, let me show you around. Secondly, you tell me what you want to see. But this place you might recognise if you're a Salvage Hunters Classic Cars fan. This is the garage that we used for season 1. See, because this is what you want. This is boring. This isn't a GTI.
No. Let's stick it over the front.
This is what your gran drove to work. Look, this is kind of GTI.
Essex boy.
Your nan.
Chelsea lady. Simple, clean, pure.
Boring.
Straight.
Boring.
Trust me. Boring. Yep, 2 lamp.
Will it make you happy if I swap this grille?
I think so, yes.
If you're a hardy person that's watched it all the way from the very beginning, you might recognise this. It is a real garage, it is full of cars, and that's why you might have seen it before. So without further ado, here's what's going on at the moment. Well, let me show you some of the stuff. I don't think I'll fit all of the stuff in, and I will do individual videos on the car so you get some idea what's in here, but just put in the comments, what would you like to see more of? This I have to talk about, the Dodge Viper, or actually, for you nerds out there, this is a Chrysler Viper. This is a European type approved one, super, super rare, which my lovely friend Kurt at Fast and Funded sold me. Incredibly low mileage. They're just mad, aren't they? Concept car made real, which is why I love them so much. I did a video actually for Car and Classic on this and the Plymouth Prowler, which you might want to watch. But we've been invited to the London Concours with this, so thank you for that. So I've got to get it ready. I've got to get it perfect, minted up. Wheels need a refurb. The back tyres are 10 years old, which is the main reason that most people crash their Vipers, so I probably need to sort that out. That's a lovely car. It does need a tickle. You'll see here, my lovely friend Frederick Folkestad, who's on the show with us, he always finds me amazing cars. This is a bit special, isn't it? Everyone's going on about the new Renault 5, and rightly so, it's quite cool as an electric car. But I always think the best looking car that Renault ever did is the original Renault 5, particularly the run-out version, which is getting towards when the second version came in. This is an 82 TS from Sweden, left-hand drive. Come with me, come with me. Lovely little Saab 2-stroke as well, again from my friend Frederick. Both of these cars have come from Sweden. What's interesting about that, it's had an older restoration, but it's really, really nice. But a proper 2-stroke, so if I started that up now, I'd disappear in a cloud of smoke. This is really interesting. Subaru GLF. If you were a fan of the Cannonball Run, which I definitely was, remember the car that Jackie Chan drove? It wasn't a GLF. It was a JDM equivalent of, but same shape, same kind of thing. This is a great car. There's only 2 of these left. And this is also quite an interesting car. I've got this. I'm going to take it to this year's Festival of the Unexceptional. If you've never been, Haggerty in the UK do this amazing show called Festival of the Unexceptional. And it's all about cars you used to see everywhere, on every street corner that your dad had, your granddad drove, and you never see anymore. And I think this Audi 80 SE, so it's got a dock fit sunroof and some bolted on alloys, but unpainted bumpers, basic seats, proper little old man automatic spec. I absolutely love it. That needs a clean up, a service and an MOT. I've got loads more up here. So what's on the ramp, you'll notice really, really nice air-cooled, very, very early, in fact, first 2 months of production, T25 air-cooled Westphalia. That I've had with Mrs. Cowland, one of the first things we bought together for years. It's been great for family holidays, ready for a recommission. Lovely airflow Saab 99. Anyone who's watched anything I do knows I'm obsessed with body kits. And that is a factory airflow kit. Wasn't fitted at the factory, was fitted afterwards, but proper thing. A lot of people used to fit them to turbos. And then you'll see at the end, Silver Shadow 2, bit of Operation Nutri spec, but very, very cool. So some real oddities, other Volkswagen buses that I've had for a long time. I used to be obsessed with Volkswagens. I still love them. I just haven't bought one for a little while. But my good friend Al Collister built this. What a legend, what a genius that man is. So this is basically a mid-60s bus, 64 bus, but with all the parts of a barn door put on, then de-seamed, radiused, tubbed, hydraulic, lots of clever hot rod tricks, beautifully done. You'd get lynched if you did that now. If you cut up a barn door bus now, you get absolutely rodded with a big stick. But then this was 20 years ago he did it. Things were different, and it's still a very cool looking bus. That drives beautifully, actually. That's back on the road. That works, believe it or not. Moving on to this. I bought this off Drew, actually, this one. Drew bought, crikey, must have been 6-7 years ago, this car, 22,000 miles, Turbo 2, British spec, UK turbo with some nice ProDrive bits on. And he was about to drive it in the salt. This car has a history like this. It's the most amazing car you've ever seen. For whatever reason, best known to Drew, he was going to use it as his winter hack, 22,000 mile one owner car. I bought it off him to stop him doing that. And I thought at the time it was a lot of money. It was 11 grand I paid for this car. I think it's probably worth quite a lot more now. Very, very nice. If you look at what the prices are doing of P25s and 22Bs, I think a nice turbo with no mileage and just the right options on for no money is a good buy. Talking of old Subarus, when was the last time you saw one of these? L series. This is a lovely L series. This is when Subaru were making cars for farmers. This is what they did. And this is the car, basically the first WRC car that Subaru built. You wouldn't have this, basically, without that and the Legacy. And I do have an old Legacy, but it's being fixed at the moment. Moving on down here as well, we've got a little Subaru 360, which is the first Subaru, and a gorgeous little Saab Sonnet. And you might see in the background, we've got a Bentley, a 728, and a Beetle that we did on turbo pickers. If you remember that, my first TV show, at the end of the production, I was able to buy that car off the production company. So that's quite cool as well. This is a really curious little thing, funny enough, from my friend Frederick again, who finds me all sorts of great cars. A Saab Sonnet. I've always wanted one of these. We'd have one in the family since I was quite small. We bought the ex-Saab GB Heritage car. So my dad's always had one. He's still got it. He's got the big bumper one. But why I love this one so much, if you don't know, Ford V4, fiberglass body, relatively rare, only made for the American market. But what happened to this one, it went on the boat to America to be sold in America in 1974, just before the federalised bumpers kicked in. So as it was on the water going to America, they changed the law and it had to come back again and get sold in Sweden because it wasn't legal to sell in America. So that's today's nerdy fact. This is cool. If you want to be a wannabe drug dealer, I built this ages and ages ago as a magazine feature for PBMW magazine with all sorts of crazy body kits. It's just a 728 E38 underneath. I bought one before they were cool. Nobody wanted them then. Everybody wants them now. So I think that needs to come back out this year. This is a bit special and very much needing a clean. We had to move everything out for a photo shoot recently, and it was the worst rainy, sandy day you've ever seen. So everything's covered in sand. So apologies for that. The Dodge Challenger SRT. Was desperate to get one of these when they came out. Again, because it's a concept car made real. Managed to get this one at 6 months old. It's still only done 10,000 miles, and it's just one, I think, of the best looking neo retro cars they did. Over here, we've got a Subaru SVX, a really nice Mercedes 123. Over there in the air, we've got a limo. When I bought this garage, believe it or not, that limo came with it, and I made a paltry offer and won that. And then down here, we've got this fantastic Mark 1 Isuzu Trooper, completely original. All original paint, all original interior, completely unrestored. And it is fantastic. And behind that, we've got a Corvette C4. And in here, I bet you're wondering what's in here. This is the paint booth. We have a paint booth in this garage. We have all the gear. No idea. Have a look in here, look. Now, we haven't painted anything in here for quite a while, but it's a really nice booth. Got full underfloor extraction. So maybe we start doing some painting in here too. This is a great project. This is one I bought off eBay at 3 o'clock in the morning after a few glasses of wine. 328, not a sport, but I have put a sport bumper on it. Manual, all the bits, roof, leather, climate, all the options you want. I bought it as a drift car. It was just too nice. I didn't have the heart to take it apart, so I've made it into something nice. And this is a car that I promised my 7-year-old self. This is the 1980 Corvette L82. I had the Matchbox car of this, and this is almost identical to the car that I used to push around on the carpet. Great car, slow as anything, but don't they look good? Would you like to see that one back on the road? Let me know in the comments. And this is a bit of a treasure. Everybody's seeing the price of Clio Williams go absolutely insane. This isn't the Clio Williams, this is just a 16 valve, but to me, that makes it cooler because they're much rarer. I also prefer the Speedline turbines on the Mark 1. I think they're absolutely fantastic on the 16 valve. It is sport blue, it is the Williams colour, but It's just a little bit rarer, a bit slower, a bit cheaper, but obviously I paid less for it. That is definitely going back on the road this year. Now this isn't even half or a third of the cars. This is just a little taster, just a little introduction to the collection. You can see I've got a problem. You can see I've got too many cars to finish. You can see I'm going to need some professional help, which is why we're going to go and visit some people. But the most important thing is we do the cars in the order that you think could be the best watch, or the stuff that together, I don't mind which one gets fixed first, but you choose, you're in control, your decision. So there you go, there's a little insight into the mountainous jobs that I have ahead of me. If you are a specialist in any of these cars and you'd like to help, I'm not after freebies, mates rates is great, or if I can help you promote your business as we do it together, that's great too. If you can see anything there that you'd like to get involved with, give us a shout, drop us a comment, or again, like I said, let me know what you want to see more of, and I will do my best to make videos on that. But like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.